Picture this scenario.
You realize that you have gaps in your wardrobe and that you want to fill them, or you just have the sudden urge to enhance your wardrobe with a new piece and you go shopping. And you're excited to go shopping, and then you're in the store. Maybe you found one or two pieces that you would like to try on,
And then you go into the changing room and then you realize, okay, this day won't end well.
I won't be buying anything and I look fat in the mirror and the lighting, and it's just not the romantic experience that I hoped for. I've prepared this video for you guys to help you to shop better, to make it a better experience, to avoid regret purchases, and to find something in the store that you will truly like and enjoy. This video is structured into the basic prep, the shopping prep, the where to go, and then I prepared some actual footage of me shopping and showing you guys what to look for. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So for the basic prep, this is something that you can start today even though you maybe don't want to go shopping. This is just information that is good to know how to style yourself, to know your basic fashion ID data, and to really get started from as the foundation of any purchases you will do in the future. With the basic prep, I include knowing your best colors, knowing your body, knowing what types of shapes and silhouettes look best on you, and what your style actually is. The last point may seem a little complex. I have a video on how to actually build personal style, but generally speaking, I don't want you to go into the store and buy anything trendy just because it's trending and you see it on everyone. This is a mistake that I don't want you to do, so please have a vision for yourself in mind before buying anything. For the color, if you're into color analysis, I strongly agree to do that, especially if you're not used to wearing color. It will help you getting started with colors that will suit you immediately. But of course you don't have to. If you're confident with wearing colors, if you're not afraid, you can go straight ahead. If you don't know what types of silhouettes and shapes look best on you, there is a probability that you don't know your body well. You don't necessarily need to know your kibby body type, even though I strongly recommend to look into that. It's truly about what do you feel best in, and I will show you some examples of what I mean in the changing room part of this video. But this is crucial because oftentimes, especially nowadays, everything is so freaking cropped. Knitwear is cropped, t-shirts are cropped, blouses are cropped, and usually they have the straight angular cut. And the problem with that is that if you're not straight yourself, like if you don't have a lot of curve in your body, this is totally fine and it will work for you very well. If you have S curve, like you have a waist, you have a bigger bust, maybe you have wider hips, those silhouettes will most likely don't look flattering on you. So this is something that is worth thinking about and creating a fashion ID and concept for yourself before buying anything, before even thinking about putting together an outfit. Then we go into the phase of the shopping prep. So now you've decided that you need to go shop because you need something or you just want to go shopping. No judgment on my side. And what you need for this step is to prepare a shopping list. I know, sometimes we go out and we want to look around, wander around, maybe even not buy anything, but just get inspired. It's totally fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you're on a mission. So if you're on a mission, create a battle plan. Create a shopping list with all the items that you need that represent certain gaps in your wardrobe. This will help you to get more focus while you shop and not wander around and buy the 50th pair of shoes that you don't need. So this is very basic, but also very necessary. Next, something that is very underrated. Your outfit when going shopping has to be basic, and it has to be something that can be put on and off very easily. Even if it's not the most stylish outfit ever, I don't believe in dressing up for going shopping because it's so unnecessary. You will get sweaty in the changing room. It's just a hassle. You won't feel good after changing the first 3 rounds. It will be over then. So please go for something comfy. For me, for example, My basic uniform is a pair of leggings and a top that is very stretchy, so it won't ruin my hair and I can get it off very, very quickly. And also shoes that don't have laces and are not lace up. This is so basic, but this will save your life and this will save your mental peace. I wouldn't go shopping without any makeup on unless you never wear makeup. If you're a makeup girl and you just feel too lazy that day to put on makeup, put on a very light beat and it will help you, because if you're not feeling yourself while in a changing room, and the lights will be unforgiving. So you need to look at least fresh, and also you need to see the vision with this piece that you're trying on. If you have completely messy hair and no makeup on, the probability of you not liking the piece is very high, even though the potential might be there, you know? So these are the basic steps. Have a shopping list, have a basic outfit on that you can put on and off very easily, and have at least a light beat and a basic hairstyle in. So now that the whole preparation is done, we can actually go shopping. Where are we going? I would always recommend to go to the thrift first, because you never know when the thrift gods are with you. But what I can say is that you can also do a secondhand research if you know exactly what you would like to buy, and also if you know the brand that you would like to buy it from. It's always good to do a quick secondhand search on the internet, whether it's on Vinted, eBay, Depop, Poshmark, whatever. Look for it online to also get an idea of how much you would like to spend. Like the whole budgeting thing is also something that needs to go into your shopping list and into your prep, but also to understand when you're in the shop, is this price actually appropriate for this piece, or are those fast fashion retailers wild in? So before crashing out in the store, really do a quick online search and maybe you will find the piece there and you don't even have to go. So this is the first part, where to go. But if you don't have a thrift store near you, if you didn't find anything on a secondhand platform online, then go to stores like COS, Arcade, Massimo Dutti, and maybe TK Maxx. I don't know, it's very hit or miss. And to any local brand shop that you can afford. Sometimes in a couple of cities there are concept stores and boutiques. You could go into there. I'm just speaking for the broader mass. I don't go to Zara anymore and I don't go to H&M anymore, just because I can't deal with the quality. I can't deal with the shops. I can't deal with the changing rooms. It's just the whole experience gets too stressful, and I never buy anything from there that is worth talking about. So I won't talk about these. Let's start off with COS. I usually like to go to COS not because you always can find something there, but because the overall quality is okay. Now the selection that I have here are different types of categories that I usually look out for in COS. This is a blouse, and this is the perfect example of what not to buy. Do you see this crinkly material? It's synthetic and it's a viscose blend. And the cut itself is interesting, but do you see the crinkly fabric? It gives very cheap and not modern looking, and therefore this is a hard pass. Also, it's like 90 euros, which is actually crazy for this piece. Really avoid these types of crinkly, flowy materials in general. The next piece I picked out is this cashmere sweater. It was looking very nice. It's 100% cashmere, but it cost 175 euros, which is just too much when you're used to buying cashmere secondhand. And I can buy a similar quality type of cashmere sweater online or in a thrift shop for like 30 euros max, which is why I passed on this, but the quality was nice, not gonna lie. This is another bestseller by COS, the wool sweater, and while I think the quality is very nice of this thing, this color is just not it. And this kind of camel color is usually very hyped, but it suits the least amount of people. To pull off such a muted but warm color, you have to have a muted coloring, meaning lower contrast and warm undertone. And notice the wrinkled texture at the bottom of the knit sweater. It's just, this is an indicator of lower quality actually when I look at it now. So this is a pass too. If there is a flaw in the changing room already, by the time you have worn it twice, it's already gone. Another favorite of a lot of people is the cotton basic shirt. And while I have to say that the cotton itself is very nice, the quality is also nice. As you can see here, the pattern is aligned and it actually has the perfect texture, not too thick and not too thin. But this is the part of the shopping experience where it gets crucial to know your image ID, to understand your body, because look at how this oversized, straight cut, boxy shirt looks on me. It absolutely swallows my waist, and there's just no way I can style that for me personally. Even though I love these types of looks on other girls, on me they just look terrible, and I have to admit that to myself. The last piece we're trying on at the COS is this mohair knit jumper, and why I really like the color, I'm not in love with the price tag. It's 125 euro and it's a synthetic blend. Putting it on, it looks pretty nice. I like the color, but it's not really long enough for me. It makes me a little bit round on the top. Was it a bit more elongated, it would be a little nicer and cozier, but the feeling on my skin was very scratchy and itchy, which is very common for mohair synthetic blends. Therefore, this was a pass for me. Next, we headed to Massimo Dutti. And I have to say, Massimo Dutti is very overpriced for the quality. And sometimes the quality is really nice, but sometimes it's just off. So please take the time to go into the changing room to really inspect the seam, the hemline, and to try it on. Either you know that you need basic pieces and you will probably not fall in love with basic pieces, but you just know you have to have them as a foundation for your wardrobe. Or if it's a special piece and you don't fall in love with it, there's no point in buying it. Trust me. This is our selection at Massimo Dutti. I got around 5 or 4 pieces to go through with you. And I want to say that these are just examples. Also, the stores I went to are just examples. This is usually where I go to, but you can apply these principles to any store. We're starting off with this knit vest, and you guys, this is a trend final boss. The gold buttons, the mohair type of fabric, the pattern, the color, this is just so trendy and it's just an overload. It costs 100 euros and it's a synthetic blend, so it's a hard pass. This was probably the highlight of the whole shopping trip because the quality of this is just chef's kiss. This is a wool silk blend and it's so light but so soft on the skin and it's just perfect. I also like the pattern and the cut itself, it's very nice. It was around 80 euros, but for the material I think this is actually a good deal. This is a prime example of why you should really inspect the hemline, the stitching and everything, because look how crooked this is. The collar, it's so thin, there's already a thread hanging out, it's just done so poorly and it doesn't look good. And I think the aesthetic they were going for was old money. It's crazy. This top is just absolute craziness. It's a linen, cotton, polyester blend. And also with linen, I would be very careful because it's quite harsh and hard. I would only go for flowy linen in the summer. And the price tag, it's 60 euro. It's insane. A hard pass. Lastly, I tried on this suede leather jacket. This is a real suede jacket, but look at the edge of this. It's just cut off. There's no stitching. It cost 300 euros, and suede is a very, very complicated fabric. You really have to take care of it, otherwise it will look crazy. And the lining is also polyester, which is not great. For my personal taste, this jacket is also way too cropped and it's just too simple. The cut is too simple, the fabric is too simple, there's no double lining, and for 300 euros you can find much better. You can find a similar jacket secondhand maybe for €50 max, to be honest. So this is not a good deal. Don't forget to look at the lining. For example, here there's literally no lining, and this thing costs €170. I also see a lot of influencers talk about brands like Mage or Beige or Sandro or Claudie Pierlot. And I have to tell you, these are fast fashion brands as well, even though they are so expensive. And the quality is just downright horrible. I was at the store looking at those pieces because I know a lot of influencers love to push them. And for example, for Sandro, like this knit dress, I can't even call it knit because it's like so synthetic-y. It costs around 300, €400. And it's just really, really, really bad quality. I don't recommend you to buy from these brands. They're literally fooling you, even more so than the mid and lower end fast fashion, because the quality is just horrible. It's just not worth your money. Save your coin here and either get something really high quality or again secondhand. If you really want something from Sandro, for example, get it secondhand. You can find their stuff on Vinted and it won't break the bank, but the quality will disappoint you. This is something I have to be very open about. So these were my top tips for buying better quality and for having an overall easier experience while shopping. I know it can be very frustrating, and I know when you have all of these guards up when shopping and all of these things to look for and look out for, I know it can be hard. I know that your shopping haul will look tinier than it did before, but this is actually a good thing. This means that you become more conscious of what you're buying, and it means that the things that you will actually buy, you will love and wear. And this is the most important thing. We're not going shopping anymore in 2025 just to buy shit. We're not doing it anymore. I hope you liked my tips. Please share yours in the comments as well. Share your horrible shopping experiences with us because honestly, same. I used to love going shopping and now it became just such a stressful chore if I don't practice all of these steps. So let me know how it is for you, if you still really enjoy it, if you can recommend some brands that are worth looking into, and I will see you in the next week. Bye bye.